Hello everyone, myself K. Shanti, working as an assistant professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering at St. Martin Engineering College. Welcome to the video lecture. Today we learn about the Maxwell's equation. So the Maxwell equations is formulated in the Maxwell equation is formulated James Clerk Maxwell's in the 1816. The main use of Maxwell equation, we are find out the electrical field and magnetic field relation. It is also used to find out the properties of electromagnetic wave when the wave is propagating from one medium to another medium. And these Maxwell equations are used to find out the field component if you know the any field component. This is the introduction about the Maxwell's equation. Before going to the Maxwell's equation, what is the electromagnetic wave? So the electromagnetic wave is the combination of two field components. One is electrical field component and another one is magnetic field component. So this is the structure of electromagnetic wave. The structure of electromagnetic wave draw based on the coordinate system. So here we are considering of three coordinates. So in one coordinate direction can be considering as wave propagation direction, one direction for electrical field and one direction for the magnetic field. So here according to the property of electromagnetic wave, always the electrical field and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. So these two field components are perpendicular to wave propagation direction. So here the electrical field and magnetic field in the time varying condition, there is the relation is there. For finding out these relation, we are using of the Maxwell's equation. So these are the four Maxwell's equation in static field. So why you are considering of a Maxwell's equation in static field? So here first we are considering of the time varying condition. In time varying condition, the field components, either electrical field component and magnetic field component is both are varying with respect to time is continuously. At that time, so we are find out the any equation or we are find out the any field component is very difficult. So that's why here we are considering of Maxwell's equation in static field. So these are the four Maxwell's equation. The first two Maxwell equations are derived from electrical field and remaining two Maxwell's equations are derived from the magnetic field. So first Maxwell equation is derived from the Gauss law, that is del dot D bar is equal to rho V, and next one is it is derived from the electrical potential, that is del cross E bar is equal to 0. So next remaining two field components, one is from the Gauss law, that is del dot B bar is equal to 0, and another Maxwell equation is derived from Ampere's law or Ampere circuit's law, so that is del cross H bar is equal to J bar. So this is the four Maxwell equations in static condition. So before going to these four Maxwell equations one by one, so in these four Maxwell equation, two equations is derived from flux properties. So that's why you can see the flux properties. So here there are the two types of fluxes is there. One is the electrical flux and another one is the magnetic flux. So the flux is nothing but of an imaginary force lines. The electrical flux is produced due to the charge particle. Here you can see that, so the region is consisting of two charge particle, one is positive charge particle and another one is a negative charge particle. According to the property of electrical flux, always the electrical flux is starting from positive charge particle to negative charge particle, is ending at negative charge particle. There is a no loop back from negative charge particle to positive charge particle. So that's why, so the electrical flux is always the open loop. So based on this property, so we are Maxwell's derive the first Maxwell equation. Next coming to the magnetic flux. So the magnetic flux is explained based on the magnet. So general magnet having of the two poles, one is north pole and another one is the south pole. So according to the property of magnetic flux, always the flux is starting from north pole and ending at south pole, and internally, so these flux lines are flowing from south pole to the north pole. So according to that, the magnetic flux is always the closed loop and electrical flux is always the open loop. So based on that, Maxwell derived the two Maxwell equation according to the property of electrical flux and magnetic flux. So after that, you go to the Maxwell equation one by one. The first Maxwell equation is a del dot d bar is equal to rho v. So what is the Gauss law? So the Gauss law is nothing but of, so the flux flowing to any closed region is equal to total charge enclosed by that region. So here you can see that the region is consisting of the number of charge particle. Every charge particle is force acting on the remaining charge particle. So here according to the Gauss law, so the total flux flowing to any closed region, that means so the total flux is existed in any region is equal to number of charge particle is available inside that region. So according to the statement, the equation is psi is equal to q enclosed. So from this equation, so how to derive the del dot d bar is equal to rho v, I will explain clearly by using of a note. So the Maxwell equation, the first Maxwell equation is common in the varying field, time varying field and static field. So according to the Maxwell's first equation, Gauss law, psi is equal to q enclosed. So this is the psi is nothing but of electrical flux. The electrical flux is represented in the terms of flux density, the closed surface integration of d bar dot ds bar. So here according to the Gauss law, we are considering of a closed region. So that's why here the integration is also closed loop integration. So d bar dot ds bar, the electrical flux is represented in the terms of flux density, that is d bar. Next, q enclosed, the total number of charges is available inside of the region is represented in the terms of charge density, that is equal to volume integration of rho v into dv. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's equation. Every Maxwell equation is represented in the two forms. One is integral form and another one is the differential form. So this equation is having both sides is having of a integrals. That's why this form is called as a integral form. By equating on both sides, but here LHS side, left hand side having of a surface integration and RHS side is having of a volume integration. So both sides not equal. So that's why here we are applying of the divergence theorem. So what is the divergence theorem? So the divergence theorem is used for the closed surface integration can be converted into volume integration. What is the equation? The closed surface integration of any vector is equal to volume integration of divergence of that vector. So this is the divergence theorem statement. So according to this divergence statement, the LHS side is changes to the volume integration. So according to that, so the d bar is vector quantity, here a bar is vector quantity, a bar is replacing with d bar, the closed surface integration of d bar dot ds bar is equal to volume integration of del dot d bar into dv. Okay, according to this integral equation, the volume integration of del dot d bar into dv is equal to volume integration of rho v into dv. So here you see here, so both sides having of the volume integration. So that's why here we can cancel the volume integration. Then finally we got the equation. So del dot d bar is equal to rho v. So this is the differential form or point form of the Maxwell equation. Why this is called as the differential form? Because of the del is nothing but of a divergence. The del is represented as dou by dou x of x plus dou by dou y of ay plus dou by dou z of az. So the del is presenting in the form of a differentiation. So that's why, so this form is called as the Maxwell's first equation is in differential form or point form. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's first equation. So this is the differential form of a Maxwell's equation. So coming to the Maxwell's third equation is also derived from the third equation is also derived from the flux property. So that is the third equation also derived from the magnetic flux property, that is the del dot B bar is equal to 0. So according to the property, the magnetic field or magnetic flux is always the closed loop. Here some north pole and south pole, always the flux is starting from north pole to the south pole. Any line, any flux lines always starting from north pole and ending at south pole, and internally there is from south pole to the north pole. So this is the property. So here according to the magnet, so there is no existence of single pole. So if you considering any micro particle that is also having of a two poles, one is north pole and south pole. So that's why, so the magnetic flux is always the closed loop. So here we are considering of any one closed region. So how much amount of the flux will be entering into the region is equal to that amount of flux lines will be leaving to the region. So that's why the flux entering and leaving is equal to means the total flux presenting in the closed region is 0. So that's why psi m is equal to 0. From this equation we are derive the Maxwell's third equation. So this Maxwell's third equation is how to derive, I will explain clearly by using of this one. So psi m is equal to 0. The psi m is nothing but of magnetic flux. The magnetic flux is represented in the terms of flux density. Here also we are considering of a closed region. The closed surface integration of B bar dot ds bar is equal to 0. So this is the magnetic flux is represented in the terms of magnetic flux density. So this is the closed surface integration. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's third equation. So after that, so this equation is represented in the differential form. Here also we are applying of the divergence theorem. So whenever we are applying of the divergence theorem, the closed surface integration can be converted into volume integration. That is volume integration of del dot B bar dot dV is equal to 0. Okay. In LHS side, there is one volume integration, and RHS side, there is no integration. Whenever we are applying of the limits, the final value is equal to del dot B bar is equal to 0. So like that we can derive the Maxwell's third equation from the non-existence of the single pole. These two Maxwell equation is same in static condition or in the time varying condition. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's third equation. So this is the differential form or point form of the Maxwell's first equation. So coming to the Maxwell's second equation. The Maxwell's second equation is derived from the potential. So according to the potential formula, we are derived the Maxwell equation in any closed loop. So the potential is equal to 0. So that is equal to del cross E bar is equal to 0. How you get the del cross E bar is equal to 0? I will explain by using of the calculation. So according to that potential formula, V is equal to minus integration of E bar dot dl bar. Suppose we are considering of a 2 points, that is one is A and another one is B. Suppose we are considering of 2 points A and B. If the charge particle is moving from A to B, so the potential is A to B, that is equal to minus integration of A to B E bar dot dl bar. So this is the first equation. Suppose if the charge particle is moving from B to A, so the potential is from B to A is equal to minus integration of B to A E bar dot dl bar. Here the A position and B position does not change, and distance between A to B is same. So when adding between the 1 and 2, So equation 1 plus equation 2 is equal to 1 plus 2 is equal to BAB plus BBA. So that is equal to minus integration of A to B E bar dot DL bar is equal plus and minus of integral B to A E bar dot DL bar. Here we can change any one limit of integral. Suppose here I will change the limit of second integral. So E bar dot DL bar. Whenever you can change the integral, the sign will be changes, negative sign. So minus of minus plus. So finally this one is A to B E bar dot DL bar. So this is minus A to B E bar dot DL bar. This is plus A to B E bar dot D bar. So that is equal to final value is equal to 0. So here the VAB plus BBA is nothing but of this is the closed loop. So here the charge particle is moving from A to B and it is also moving from B to A. That means this is the one closed loop. So that is equal to 0. So in any closed loop, the E bar dot DL bar, the electrical field is equal to 0. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's second equation. So these by using of this equation we can derive the differential form. So by find out the differential form, so here we are applying of the Stokes theorem. So what is the Stokes theorem? What is the purpose we are using of a Stokes theorem? The Stokes theorem is used for converting of line integral to surface integral. So the closed line integral of any vector is equal to surface integration of del cross of that vector. Del cross of that vector. So here in the place of A bar vector, that is replacing with E bar. So that's why the closed line integration of E bar dot DL bar is equal to surface integration of del cross E bar dot DS bar is equal to 0. So finally del cross E bar is equal to 0. So this is the differential form of Maxwell's second equation. So any Maxwell equation is represented in the two forms. One is integral form, another one is the differential form. And last one, so Ampere's, the fourth Maxwell equation is derived from the Ampere circuit's law, that is del cross H bar is equal to 0. According to this diagram, so if a current flow through any conductor, the magnetic field is produces. According to the Ampere circuit's law, the line integral of tangential component of any one is equal to total current enclosed by that region. So that means, so the magnetic field is produces due to the current. So the how much amount of the current is flowing through the conductor is nothing but of that amount of magnetic field is produces. So by using of this equation, we are derive the Maxwell's fourth equation. So this is the Ampere circuit's law equation. The closed line integral of H bar dot DL bar is equal to I enclosed. I will explain how to the Maxwell equation is derived. The closed line integration of H bar dot DL bar is equal to, here I enclosed is represented in the terms of current density, that is surface integration of J bar dot ds bar. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's fourth equation. By using of this integral form, so I derive the differential form. So here this is the line integral. So this is the surface integration. On LHS side, we are applying of a Stokes theorem. So the closed line integration of H bar dot DL bar can be converted into the surface integration of del cross H bar into ds bar is equal to surface integration of J bar dot ds bar. So both sides having of the surface integrals. So that's why cancel each other. Finally, we got the differential form. So that is equal to del cross H bar is equal to J bar. So this is the fourth Maxwell's equation. The above equation is integral form of Maxwell's fourth equation, and this is the differential form of a Maxwell equation. Differential form means del is the differentiations. So that's why this form is called as the differential form of a Maxwell's equation. So these are the four Maxwell equations in static field. But here these Maxwell equations are used for finding out the properties of electromagnetic wave. So that electromagnetic wave is nothing but of it is the wave means the wave is propagating from one point to another point means every field component is varying with respect to time. So that's why for studying of these electromagnetic wave, the Maxwell equations is also present in time varying condition. So that's why the static field, the Maxwell equations presenting in the static field can be converted into the Maxwell's equation in time varying fields anamata. So here also same, there are the four Maxwell's equation. The first two Maxwell equation is derived from the time varying electrical field, and remaining two equations are derived from the time varying magnetic field. But here only the two Maxwell equation does not change because of electrical flux or magnetic flux. Either in static condition or in time varying condition there is no change. So here the first Maxwell equation and third Maxwell equation does not change, that is del dot d bar is equal to rho v. So that is derived from the Gauss law, and the Gauss law in electrical field, and del dot b bar is equal to 0, that is the Gauss law for the magnetic field, non-existence of a single pole. So these two Maxwell equation does not change in static condition and time varying condition. But remaining two Maxwell equation, one is del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T, and another Maxwell equation is del cross H bar is equal to JC plus JD. So why these two equations are changed? In time varying condition, the magnetic field is changes and electrical field is changes. Due to the magnetic field variation, the flux will be produces. Due to that, some changes will be occurring in these two Maxwell's equation. One is del cross E bar and another one is del cross H bar. I will explain these two equations one by one. So the first Maxwell equation in time varying condition is derived from the Faraday's law. So according to the Faraday's law, the current is flowing to the any conductor, the magnetic field is produces. Due to that magnetic field, the EMF is produces. So due to that, so there is some changes is there, that is equal to EMF is equal to d psi by dt. So from this equation we derive that del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. So that is equal to, I will explain clearly. So del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou T. So that is derived from the Faraday's law. When the current flowing through the conductor, so due to the rate of change of flux, the flux will be produces, the magnetic flux will be produces, that is equal to minus EMF is equal to, so minus d psi by dt. So that is equal to minus d by dt, where psi is equal to, that is magnetic flux. The magnetic flux is represented in B bar dot ds bar, surface integration of B bar dot ds bar. According to the EMF is equal to the closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar. So that's why the closed line integral of E bar dl bar is equal to minus surface integration of the differentiation is moved outside inside to the integral. So that is converted into the partial differentiation, that is equal to dou V bar by dou T into ds bar. So this is the integral form of Maxwell's equation is derived from Faraday's law. So this, by using of this equation, this is the integral form, and after that by using of integral form, it represents the differential form. Here one side is having of a line integral and one side is having of surface integration. By converting of a line integration to the surface integration, we are applying of a Stokes theorem. So the closed line integral of any vector is equal to del cross surface integration of del cross of that vector. So here, so in the place of closed line integral of E bar dot dl bar can be write as surface integral of del cross E bar dot ds bar is equal to minus surface integral of dou V bar by dou t into ds bar. So both sides having of the surface integral. So that's why, so del cross E bar is equal to minus dou B bar by dou t. So this is the differential form or point form of the Maxwell equation in time varying field. So the Maxwell equation is derived from the inconsistence of Ampere's circuit's law. So in the time varying field, so any current is flowing through the conductor, some flux EMF is produces. Due to that EMF, some magnetic field is produces. Due to that, some current is produces. That current is called as displacement current. So that current is called as the displacement current. So if you considering in time varying condition, we are considering of the two currents. One is the conduction current and another one is the displacement current. So here this is the one small modification in Ampere circuit's law. That's why this is called as Ampere's Maxwell's law. So according to the Ampere circuit's law, the closed line integral of H bar dot dl bar is equal to I enclosed. The total current is enclosed in this conductor is nothing but of a sum of two currents. One is conduction current and another one is the displacement current. So what is the conduction current? The conduction current is nothing but of the current is produces due to the regular charge particle. And next coming to the displacement current. So the displacement current is nothing but of due to the rate of change of flux. Some current is produces, that is very small amount of current. So that current is called as the displacement current. So according to the above equation, this equation is changes to IC plus ID bar. So from this equation we are derived the final Maxwell equation, that is the del cross H bar is equal to JC plus JD. So JC is conduction current density and JD is displacement current. So these are the four Maxwell equation in time varying condition. By using of these Maxwell equation, we are find out the electrical field and magnetic field relations and also we are find out the any field component if you know the another field component. So these are the Maxwell's equation in differential form and integral form. So first any Maxwell equation derived from which law? So this table is the table shows the all four Maxwell equation and laws. So next one. So any Maxwell equation is represented in sinusoidal form. So this is the sinusoidal form equations. And next one is applications. Our main application is we are find out the properties of electromagnetic wave. In communications, we are using of these Maxwell's equation. And another one is we are find out the relation between electrical field and magnetic field. And finally, thank you.